All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've told you about him. We said we were going to have Steven on today, man, and we're extremely excited to have him here with us, man. This guy's in his 4th season, 2nd year right here in Pittsburgh, returner and wide receiver out of the University of Kansas. Without further ado, number 82, Steven Sims. Let's get it, man. So first off, man, we definitely appreciate you taking some time to, hop on the show with us. And you're coming off of a pretty impressive game against the Bucs, man. Just talk about kind of what went into your return productivity, man.
Really just Danny and the guys up front.
Yeah.
We were on our details about what the Bucs we knew we could have. We had some return yards to get with the Bucs. And Danny was just stressing it. He like, man, Steve, you gotta go get them. There's yards there to have them. Go get them. And the first couple of attempts, they were scheming us up pretty well. 41 was making some plays. He was lining up in different spots, and we came back to the sideline like, Danny, let's try something else. Let's try something else. And we tried middle, and we popped it on the first one coming out the gate.
No, absolutely, man. It was beautiful, and I like some of the blocking that was going on as well, man. Your guys definitely like you. I could tell how they block for you, man. But
yeah, you could tell when the guys block for you, if they like you or not.
hey, 100%. Because a lot of us that have blocked on kickoff return, that is not what we do. So if we like you, we're gonna give you it all. Absolutely, man.
Well, definitely.
Hey, and seeing how them dudes is going for you, man, I respect the heck out of you for that, man. But I did have a grievance though, man. You fast as heck, okay? We done seen the next gen speed and all this other stuff. We watch you on tape. You always flying. How the heck did you get caught, man?
Man,
come on,
bro,
now.
I don't know.
Come on, man. You faster than that, man.
He got something in the system, man.
I was just shocked. I'm like, no way he gets caught. This the open. We all throwing up hands. I'm watching on tape. I'm seeing everybody celebrating, and it's like, no way.
Man, good. You making me feel even worse about it.
No, but in all seriousness, though, man, it was, like I said, good to see you just in the open field like that, man, because you really were impactful in that way, and it really helped us out in terms of the team getting the victory. But I wanted to also dive into just the difference for you when you having that ball in your hand as a return man versus when you're doing it as a receiver, man, and just the difference of perspective for you and how you address that.
It's kind of like with the return, and it's like I do all the work. I get the ball, then I do all the work. Receiver is more so like I run the route, then once I do the work first, then get the ball, and then from there it's like you can do more. Either I get more yak, or it might be a possession catch. It's kind of like in a return game, I got to do all the work with the ball.
Now, which one's more exciting for you? Because, I mean, when I'm looking at you as a return, man, I'm like, dude, this happening so fast. You don't really have time to, think, or at least that's how it looks from my perspective. But then when you got the ball at receiver, it's like, all right, you got time to set something up. You could juke here, do that. It just looks like it's a little bit more time.
Yeah, definitely. You have to hit it on the returns. It's no wasted movements, no steps. That's why, a lot of times you won't even see me catching the ball going backwards. If I'm going backwards or I don't feel like I'm coming forward back at the kickoff unit, I'll dead it.
You'll set it down? Okay.
Set it down, fair catch, because you got to hit the seams right now. You can't wait. There's no waiting around, no dancing. You go left or right. That's what they want you to do. So it's definitely a little bit quicker in the return game than it is at receiver.
Nah, no doubt. And I appreciate you breaking that down as well. Now, we know at the beginning of the season, you weren't the starting returner. You kind of had to wait your turn in that sense. But just talk about how did you stay prepared both mentally and physically during that time where you weren't getting those opportunities?
It's kind of like, last year I was here, but I was on practice squad. A lot of people don't know that. I was here. I was just on practice squad, working and waiting, for my opportunity. Like Coach T says, just work while you wait. He's definitely a man of his word when it comes to that. He says that all the time.
Absolutely.
Work while you wait. And I definitely, that's just something that I always kept in my head. Work while you wait. I'm just waiting. I'm getting better for when it is my turn. And this year I'm active now. I wasn't starting at the beginning of the season, but just being on the active roster was like, okay, here I come. I'm moving. I'm taking steps forward. Just keep doing what I've been doing. And, I finally got the opportunity last week, and the rest is history.
Let's go.
Well, when you finally did get your opportunity against Buffalo, we didn't see you out there. Everyone on the
Oh, yeah,
broadcast is
yeah.
saying eye injury. So what happened?
Man,
How does this eye injury happen?
Everybody was panicking over here, man.
Man, Kenny's arm just so strong. Kenny threw a ball, man, and it came right through my hands. And it
No
hit
way.
me dead in the
What?
eye. My eye was wide open. So it
Oh,
was serious. Yeah. I'm thankful to, still have my sight and everything to be able to recover as fast as I did.
what? It was like that, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was direct impact on my eye. My eye was wide open.
Oh, my
and it was the
gosh.
point of the ball.
Jeez.
So what happened afterwards? How'd you get back in the game? Because we eventually did see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go inside, covering up my face, a little mad, a little tears in my eyes.
You wouldn't want to see it.
I didn't want nobody to see that because I was hurting. I was in pain, Artie. I was in some pain. Man.
So I say, yo, my eyes a little watery. I'm going to go man. When you would have been all right, you could have, bro. You got hit in the eye. You could have cried out there, man. Wasn't nobody gonna say nothing. Yo, that is funny.
Yeah, I had to run inside, get with Wig real quick.
Shout out
They started putting stuff in my eye to numb it up, make it calm down, and I told Danny at the start of the game that I would do it. I would go and do return.
Mm-hmm.
I was more comfortable with kick return than punt just because of my eye.
Mm.
At the start of the game, but he was like, "I'm gonna just let your eye cool down a little bit more, and then we'll see how it goes." And then that's when y'all see me when I came in the game.
Gotcha.
At return, man.
Makes sense.
Now your eye is recovered fully since then, right?
Yes, sir. I'm back.
Okay,
I'm back.
okay.
Back in business.
Just check. I don't know too many eye doctors, nothing like that. But I was like, I'm gonna find somebody, man. If you need some eye work, I got somebody. All right.
It was tough catching the ball in Buffalo because the doctor was telling me to keep my eye closed all the way up until right before I caught the ball.
What?
So it was tough catching the kick returns. Yeah, it was tough.
Oh my gosh.
Because everything was aggravating that eye. The wind blowing, everything. When I put my helmet on and I breathe, some of the air would come up, push up in my helmet, and I feel that on my eye. So it was like it was brutal in Buffalo.
Man, and see, most of the time people just watch the game and they don't have a clue some of the stuff that's going on. That there is a prime example. Close your eye until the ball gets there, then open it up. What? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it pushed me to some limits that
Hey, absolutely.
Man, now I feel like I catch anything. I got two eyes.
No, respect, man, respect.
Well, definitely.
Now I'm going back to the off season. Can you take me through your mentality, just being on the Steelers as a receiver, also a return man, where we have Deontay coming back, Claypool's coming back. We draft Pickens. We draft Calvin Austin. Anthony Miller's on the team. We bring in an all-pro return man and Gunnar Olszewski. Also, we signed Miles Boykin, too. What is going on in your mind? Are you just like, oh, shit, what the hell, man? Like, we're bringing in all these receivers, all these other dudes I got to compete with. How did you just kind of, like, stick with it and just, let it rub off your shoulder and be like, man, I'm going to stay focused?
Just the work, just focusing on the work and not really focusing on none of that. Those guys, I can't control what the people upstairs do or who they bring in the building or what they like, who they like. That's something that I can't control. All I could control was just working hard, putting myself in the best position physically, and coming back and just seeing what happens. I know what I could do. I always knew I was talented enough to do it. I was just waiting on my opportunity and, sitting around. If I would have been thinking about Gunner and all these guys getting signed, then that would have took me off my game. So I couldn't focus with that. And that kind of happened when I was in Washington 2 years ago. They brought in a whole lot of guys and I wasn't focused on it, but I ended up still getting cut. So it was just like, I've been in that situation before already. So I knew how to handle it.
Nah, respect, man. And sometimes, like you said, man, it does take you going through that experience to just be more comfortable with it or more at peace with it the next go around, man. But from outside in, you've been handling it really well, man. So definitely keep doing what you're doing. But I did want to just, even going back to last offseason, man, when or not last offseason, but last season when you joined the Steelers practice squad, just take us through that time frame of what was the deciding factor to join the Steelers in terms of the practice squad, and did you have any other options available to you at that time?
Yeah, I could have went to the Jets. I could have went to Jacksonville. I could have went to Detroit, and New England was kind of being funny.
Okay. So you
So
had options then.
I kind of
Okay.
when my agent called and said the Steelers call, I'm like, let's go.
Mm.
Like I was ready to come. It wasn't no debating. I wasn't waiting on nobody else to call me and let me know nothing. I'm coming to Pittsburgh, PA, and we're gonna rock out from there.
I like that. Now, were all the other options practice squad as well, or were any of them money wise different or anything like that, or was everything pretty much the same across the board?
Yeah, it was all pretty much same across the
Okay.
board. Start off on practice squad and see what happens from there. I was also familiar with the receiver coach that was here already, Ike Hilliard.
Absolutely.
My
Shout out
rookie
to Ike.
season, yeah, shout out to Ike. Big shout out to Ike. My rookie season in Washington, he was my receivers coach, so I was very comfortable knowing that he was here already in the building, and that I know how he coached, and he could help me pick up the offense pretty quickly. And I just knew how he would teach it to me, so I was very comfortable. And it was a great place to come compete, and earn a spot rather than going somewhere and just getting a spot. I knew I had to come here and earn my spot, and it took me a year and a half almost, but I'm still working.
Nah, I like that though. Okay.
You talked about that year and a half, and then even earlier you mentioned working and waiting. Now, what was the most positive thing you took away from being on the practice squad? And I'm assuming, because I was going to say, what was a positive and what was a negative? I'm assuming the negative is just not being on the 53-man roster, right? The uncertainty. But what was the most positive thing? And I guess maybe if there is a negative that I'm missing that you could bring up that you just really didn't like about being on the practice squad.
Probably the most it kind of it was it kind of hurt, but it kind of was just like a reality check in a sense. Like when I first got here, I wasn't traveling, so to go to the game, I had to go sit in the stands, and I did that the first game with my parents, and,
Oh, I
and
see.
that
Yeah.
it made me sick to my stomach. Yeah, just probably that, just going sit in the stands and having to watch the game in the stands, that kind of just rubbed me like, nah, I can't. This not me, I know what I can do. I know I can be out there. And so from there, I just kept working even harder and just focusing on just getting better, taking a year, whether I'm gonna play. You on practice squad, you never know. You might get moved up, you might not. But whether I played or not, I was just treating it as a year. I'm healthy. My feet are back healthy from Washington. My body's healthy. I'm just getting better every day. I'm getting better. I'm in great shape. I'm practicing. I'm doing every rep at practice. So I'm in great shape. I just tried to look at the positive things in it for real, and that kept me going. I talked to Ray, just even talking with Ray and Deontay and guys like that. They just kept me positive. Ray was in a similar situation than I was right before he came to Pittsburgh. So
You
it was
talking about,
like
and they talking about Ray McLeod. Just for those
Ray
that don't know, yeah,
McLeod.
you talking
Yes,
about
sir.
Ray McLeod. Yep.
Ray McLeod. Yeah. He was just sitting there talking with me like, man, bro, don't be down. You can't look at this being down on yourself, down or nothing. You gotta see the positive in it. You just gotta treat it as I got time to get better at my game and my craft. And that's all I looked at it as. And here we are.
No, absolutely, man. And that does seem to be one of those things when you're talking about like a theme of your career thus far in terms of just always having to be positive, always having to, like you said, work while you wait, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And even you joining the NFL out of the University of Kansas, just talk a little bit about your story in terms of joining the Washington football team at that time as an undrafted guy. But did you expect to be drafted? Was that something that you thought was going to happen, and there was a little bit of a surprise for you? But just talk about that as well in terms of the draft experience.
Draft experience. It was kind of rough. I kind of I kind of felt like I could get drafted later. My grade was late to undrafted, but I still felt like it was a chance for me to get drafted late just because of the numbers that I put up at Kansas. Like I was second overall in every wide receiver stat, so it was just I still felt like I had an opportunity to get drafted. It ended up not happening. Washington called Ike Hilliard actually called my phone.
Oh wow.
He
Let's
called
go.
me and he was like, man, we like you up here, man. You can have a shot to, make this
Yeah.
team and play for us. So first thing I said, man, y'all gonna draft me or what? That's what I said straight up. I
We
said, I don't
going
want
right
to hear
to this
about that. I
thing,
said,
man.
what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna draft me or not? And I think this was like late 5th round, early 6th round.
Yeah.
Ike was like, man, that's above my head. That's above my pay grade.
Hey, Ike, hey, that's Ike move though. He gonna be chill. He ain't, nah, that ain't me, man. It's
That
above
ain't
my
me,
pay
man.
grade, baby. Let's
And that's
go.
literally what he said, man. That's above my pay grade.
Hey.
But no matter what happens, he was like, man, give us a chance. And I didn't really understand what he meant until I didn't get drafted. And the teams were calling. I had the opportunity to go to 49ers, Detroit, and Washington. So, it was my choice. And that's what he meant by, man, give us a chance, holler at me or whatever. And so when I spoke with my agent, I was like, man, Washington the first team to call. That's where we're going. That's the team. They didn't draft me, but they called first.
Right.
So,
You
that's
was a
where we're
priority
going.
there at least. Yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
was a priority there at least. So, I took that and went in not really knowing what to expect. And I was balled. And I think it was OTAs, rookie mini camp. I was doing real well. Building my confidence and really like, man, I could play at this level. Like, I had been in a losing program, so I was kind of like, I had to gain my confidence or whatever. Yeah. But I started gaining confidence and started realizing, like, man, I could play with these guys. These guys can't cover me. Like,
I'm about to say,
it's the
fast
same.
is
It's
fast.
still football.
I'm about to say, fast is fast. It don't matter where you played at. When you
Yes,
can move
sir.
the way you can move, man, it don't matter. Absolutely.
It don't matter. And, I prayed, had played a good preseason. And shoot, I kind of knew the last game. I had like a good kick return in the preseason game, and I scored a touchdown. Dwayne Haskins threw me a touchdown pass against the Ravens.
Shout out to Haskins, man. Absolutely.
Shout out to Dwayne. He threw me a touchdown pass. And I made the team. Clint Porter's like, man, if you don't make this team, I quit. And when he said that, I kind of was like, I think I made the team,
Hey,
mama.
let's go. I think I'm all right, man.
I think I'm gonna be all right, mama. So we were happy. And it's been a crazy story ever since. Like, me and my agent still talk about it. Like, now I'm in year 4, vested player.
Yes.
A lot of undrafted guys don't
Say
make it
it
to
again. Year 4 vested. Let's get it, man.
Year 4 vested. Like,
That's
a
big
blessing,
time, baby. That is major
a big
right there,
blessing.
man. For those
Yes,
that
sir.
don't understand, vested is when we're talking about your health insurance. We're talking about your pensions and all those things, man. Like, tapping into that, man, that is major in terms of just the long-term longevity element, man. So, big time salute to you for that, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, now you mentioned your college program. I was looking up some of those records at Kansas while you were there, man. What was going on? That wasn't on you, right?
Man, it couldn't. I mean, I blame myself at times, but it couldn't have been all my fault.
I mean, what was it about Kansas though for you, man?
What do you mean? What was it about Kansas that made me go there?
Yeah, and like staying through
Man,
it all.
that was my only offer. That was my only offer.
You didn't want to like change it up. Transfer portal is like a big thing nowadays, man.
That's nowadays. We didn't have that then. And I got a mama that's God fearing. So
all right. I know what time it is.
Stay the course.
Absolutely. Just trust God, baby. Just trust God. You don't need to do all that. You can be just fine. My mama the same way. Absolutely, man. But transitioning back though to what we got coming up in a couple of days, man. Prime time Sunday night football, Miami Dolphins. How are you feeling, man? And just in the sense of, I know you can't talk about your health completely. I don't want you getting in trouble. But just in the sense of, from a special teams perspective, a return man perspective, how do you feel about this particular matchup for you guys, man?
So it's still trying to see. I kind of did tweak my hammy a little bit in the last game. So I'm still just trying to see. I'm day to day right now if I'm gonna actually play on Sunday. But I'll be fine. If not this week, next week for sure.
For sure. No, I like that. But just in the sense of, like I said, as a return man, though, I do feel like special teams unit, we should be feeling good this week, though. Correct?
Definitely feeling good, Danny. We got to roll. Like, we're right there. Even on the punt return, we're a person away from maybe scoring on the punt return. So it's like, it really hasn't been an issue with our return game. We just got to do it. Everybody got to finish their blocks, and we'll get in the end zone.
Like, that's one of them plays where it's literally every 11 matters. Like if one guy misses a block or he doesn't sustain it, man, that's the difference between a touchdown on a return and it thing being like a 3-yard return, bro.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's the difference. That's the complete difference. Just this last one, the punt return, it was return. I brought it out for like 20 some yards, but it's the PP was unblocked. He kind of, the man whose man it was, he kind of lost him. He turned his back to him and then he moved. So when he looked back for him again, he moved spots. And now I'm right up on him now. So it was too late, and we was one block away from it being me and the kicker racing. So.
What I said, I know you look at your chops every time you get that situation. Yeah. Let's get it.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come for sure. It's definitely gonna come.
No, absolutely.
We got some more big plays out there in the return unit.
Nah, I could definitely see that, man. And trust me, even the people in our chat for the live shows, me and Deke as well, man, we always like, yo, he's going to the house. It's about to happen. They call you little AB just because of how you look and how you run with that football. I'm just throwing that out there, all right? That's what they call you.
They gotta give me my own tag.
That's what I'm saying. You gonna get it. You gonna get yours. Trust me, you gonna get yours. You keep doing what you're doing, man. The final one that I have for you, though, the final one I had before, we let you go out of here, man, and continue on with your preparation for Sunday. Just talk about your welcome to the NFL moment. That moment where you kind of realize, like, you know what, man, this is no longer Kansas, pun intended,
That's tough, honestly. Welcome to the NFL moment. I would say it would probably be like my first kick return touchdown. Well, I ran it back to like the 5, and they called it back for holding. Either that one or my first touchdown against Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
My rookie season. I got a reverse, and I broke like 2 tackles and went Caribbean. That was like crazy to me because it's like, that was just like, man, Steve, you really here. Like,
I've arrived.
It's still football. That's really what it is. That's really, once you realize, like, man, it's just football. And you relax, you're going to do the same thing you've been doing all your life.
No, facts on that, man. Facts. But, dude, man, we definitely appreciate you once again, though, man, taking some time out, man, to, jump on the podcast with us. Like I said, man, we supporting the heck out you, man. Keep doing your thing. And, like I said, get healthy and handle business on Sunday, baby.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me, most for sure. Like, appreciate y'all having me on the show, man.
Nah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Keep doing your thing, baby. Yes, sir.
Y'all too. God bless.
Facts, man. Appreciate it. Let's go, man. Shout out to Steven Sims right there, man.